So over here on this left side, what I'd like to do is I have these pictures from Mother's Day, and I'm going to add a title across this banner because that banner just screams for a title. So what I was thinking I was going to do is take this circle mat that I made for my picture and turn it into a solid so that I could tuck these little notes behind and then do some kind of pull up so that you can reach them and access them. So I'm gonna play around with that and see what I can come up with. Now, first off, I know that I need to create a background for this ring. I could have just cut a full circle out of the yellow, but because I was trying to be sparing with my scraps, well, with my pattern paper in this specific kit, this Kiwi Club kit, I'm just going to trace and cut another circle out of white, right? So I just took the rings, and instead of cutting it as a ring, I'm just going to do a full circle. So let me go ahead and cut that out really quickly. And again, this is going to give us a background, basically a base. And we'll see what we can come up with to kind of make a little pocket, a ring pocket here. So what I would do is this would be layered here on top, right? So kind of like that. Trim up that edge a little. I see a little showing. All right, and I've already inked it. I'm just gonna add a little bit more ink right there. Okay. So this is kind of the feel that it will have. And then I want these to be placed down because I need the top to go down. And it even probably goes down beyond the ring. So it's probably going down even there. So I don't want to add adhesive down here at the bottom. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to brad this into the sides. So let me grab some brads that I think will work. Some nice big brads there. All right, let me grab my hole poker here. So I kind of just want to make sure that that's aligned. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add a little adhesive to the sides so that it stays in place right to where I want it. So I want it up a little, centered, and that should about work. Let me grab my photo to double check. Yep, that should work. Right a little. All right. So with that said, now I just want to make sure this stays really sturdy. Adhesive probably would work if you did a good amount on the sides, but for ease of concern, might as well just add a little bit of structure, a little bit more. So by adding these brads, it'll make sure it stays down there. And I'm going all the way through that background paper. Right, so I'm going to stick the brad through both ends, and that goes all the way through, and then we're going to go ahead and place that down. And then when you stick this in your album, you just want to be really careful. You could even put a little, actually, I don't do this often, but I just had the idea, so I'm going to share it, just in case if that concerns anybody. It's not like tons that I run into this where I'm going all the way through, but I just had the idea that if you could just add a little washi tape to kind of band-aid that up so that it doesn't, you know, who knows, in your album poke through or scratch the other page that you have in that same thing. So simple enough, something like that, right? It's funny that I kind of picked one that I thought would be cute with it. It's not gonna even show. I should have picked the washi tape that I don't use. I use the least. Anyways, I think it's fine and secure. You don't have to do an X. All right, so yeah, so that is kind of their concept. And then we'll tuck these in. So these are just little notes that each of my children, so Abigail, Riley, Eli, David, he's not my children, but David, Lacey, and of course, and then they just quickly did these for Mother's Day, and they gave me breakfast and bed, simple and meaningful. It was really sweet. So I wanted to save these as part of the thing, but of course, now I could absolutely like feel a page and scrapbook around them, but these are also the pictures we happened to take that day. So silly, but I love them. They're my crew. So yeah, so see, it'll tuck like that, and I'll do a little pull up so that when it's in the page protector, the top is open, so you can just pull it in and out of that page protector. Okay, so here it is. So basically I just add a little bow, and it can pull up and down. You could dress them up more, but I also added one of the title cards from the kit and just tuck that in. So it's just kind of a round pocket, and it fits. I mean, it really could fit more. I mean, it's coming up just a tad, but nothing too crazy. Okay, so now I'm just taking some thread and adding a little bit of a texture behind these flowers of mine. So I'm just winding up some of the thread and around my fingers, and then just kind of pulling it apart to give it kind of a messy look. There's no right or wrong way. And then tucking those behind. So I'm going to add a glue dot here. Down at the base. Like so. And just kind of spread that out. Push down on that glue dot. And then have my flower go right in the center of that. Spread it out just a little bit more. Glue dot to my flower. And then my hummingbird, I've added some pop-up to that. It can just be kind of resting on the flower, doing its thing. All right, and I added a little on this side too. I'm going to lift this so you can kind of see that. So just a little bit of texture. And I'm thinking maybe a little down here too.